I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate.
And today we're taking a look at Mijnlieff by XV Games.
Mijnlieff is a two-player abstract strategy game that combines elements of tic-tac-toe and chess, in which players are trying to get 3 in a row, or maybe 4. Let's go ahead and take a look at it on the table. All right, I have Mijnlieff from XV Games on the table here, and that is how you pronounce this game, Mijnlieff. And Mijnlieff is an abstract strategy game for 2 players that kind of has elements of tic-tac-toe and chess combined together. In this game, players are going to place these little tiles out here, and in the base game, you're going to just make a 4x4 grid with these tiles, and players have different pieces that they are going to be using to place out here on the playing space. Now let me explain what these different pieces do. Players have exactly the same kinds of pieces, just one's orange and one is brown. This piece right here with the divided up line with the spaces with the leaf in the middle, whenever you place this piece anywhere on the board, the other player is not allowed to play their next piece in any adjacent space, including diagonal spaces. So the brown player here could not play anywhere surrounding the orange piece. This piece right here that has the complete circle means that the other player has to play next to that piece. So for instance, if the brown player went right here, because again, they can't place next to the orange piece, then the orange player's next piece has to be one of these 3 spaces that surrounds this piece right here. And they might play this piece right here that has the 4 leaves pointing in the orthogonal directions, up, down, left, right. And they might place right there. And what this piece does is it forces the other player to have to play their next piece in a straight line, either up and down or left and right. So if the orange player played right there, brown would have to play either right there, there, or here. And maybe they might play their next piece, which might be this one right here. This is the 4th and final piece players have, and it has the 4 leaves, but they're pointed in diagonal directions. And so what that means is that the next player has to play their next piece either diagonally this way, that way, or that way. And so brown might place right there because again, this piece forces them to play somewhere on these 2 lines. And so by playing here, orange is forced to have to play either there, or there. And that's pretty much how the game works. Now what players are trying to do, they are trying to get as many lines of 3 as possible. So orange obviously would want to place an orange one here, whereas brown would want to place one here, because when you get a line of 3, that gives you a point. If you're able to ever get a line of 4, that would give you 2 points. So for instance, if brown could connect those 2 with their previous 2, that would give them 2 points because they made a line of 4. And if orange were to play here and then let's say there and there later throughout the course of the game, and I'm just putting out pieces right here, orange would have 2 lines of 3 worth 2 points. And that's pretty much how the game works. If we finish this out, maybe it looks something kind of like this. And I'm just throwing pieces out here. Let's say it looks something like that. Orange is going to have their 2 points from having those 2 lines of 3, whereas brown is going to have 2 points for this line of 4, plus a 3rd point for this line of 3 right there, and brown would win the game. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Now there is a little card in here that shows you some unique ways to build your board. It does not have to be in the 4x4 grid. You can obviously make some pretty unique shapes here and play on those and see how that works out for you. And that's it. That's how you play Mijnlieff. So let's go and share our thoughts on this game. Okay, so here's Sam and I doing a playthrough of Mijnlieff, and we're going to share our thoughts on this game. Sam, what did you think about Mijnlieff?
I liked it. It's a pretty simple game. It's kind of a combination of tic-tac-toe, Connect 4, pretty easy to understand, and a nice little simple
Compact.
Compact, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you're exactly right. It takes a lot of elements from other games that are easy to know and familiar with. I said that, it has some chess elements because you're placing pieces down strategically, that, really puts the other player in a bind. And it's a 2-player game, back and forth kind of game. Is this one that you enjoy?
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I mean, it's pretty easy to understand, but there's also still some strategy there. Not a whole lot, but it's definitely a good stepping stone to other strategy games.
Yeah, I could really see this being a game that might open up the door to other similar 2-player abstract strategy piece placing kind of games. The one that comes to mind is Santorini. That's a big one that is very similar to this kind of idea, and there's the different variations of that game. If you like those kind of games, I think this is going to be one that you're going to like. It's small and compact, like we've mentioned. It's easy to understand, and the games don't take very long. It's a short game.
Yeah.
Now, is this one that keeps you engaged? Is it one that you're going to want to keep coming back to because it is so small and it is so simple? Is it going to get samey?
Maybe a little bit. It is definitely more of a filler game, but what you're not seeing, or what the viewers are not seeing, is that you can rearrange the board into different shapes. And so this is not the only game when you can change the board up a little bit. So I think that does add a little bit more variety to it.
Yeah, and you're going to see that here in a little bit, folks, that we do change up the board. Okay, so the things there for a non-gamer to enjoy about this game, it's small.
Yeah.
It's compact.
Yep.
The rules are very straightforward and simplistic, and games don't take too long, right?
Yes.
Now, what didn't you like about this game?
Well, I mean, and this isn't a super important thing, but I'd say that the pieces, the designs on them were a little bit hard to remember what each one meant. And that's just a matter of playing more.
Right.
But the designs are a little similar, so I would forget what I could and couldn't do. And I'll also say with games like this that are only 2 players, it does tend to lean towards the gamer always winning. And I would agree with that. It could be a little frustrating for a non-gamer to constantly lose at a game like this.
Sure. Yeah. Just the more strategic thinking tends to prevail.
Yeah,
these
exactly.
Kinds of games, these abstract, especially these piece placing kind of games that are like chess.
Yes.
Yeah. I can see that for sure. So, all right, let's get into our ratings for this game. Scale of 1 to 10, love to hate. I'm going to go first. And I really kind of like this game. This is one that I enjoyed. It has a definite niche and a place in a gaming collection. And so I think I'm going to give this game a 7.4. Sam, what do you give this game?
I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'd say give it a 6.8.
6.8. Okay. Well, there you guys go. That's our score for Mijnlieff.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe and push that bell button so you get notifications of all our new content.
All right, I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.